I believe that China will fail in next 5 years. What I mean by fail is crisis. Now, everyone is talking that China will be the first economy in the world, it will beat US, etc., but that is not true, and here's why. I believe that there are three main reasons why it can fail in next 5 years approximately. First is current economic structure, second is political regime, and the third one is social issues. Now I'm going to deep dive in each of them, so let's go ahead and jump in. So, economic structure. China has a planned economy. It helped it to rapidly increase the economic growth. However, it may lead to several serious drawbacks in the future. First of all, the entrepreneurship in such economic system is bounded. There are several examples like Jack Ma, Huateng, and others who succeed, but those are rather exceptions than common situation in China. For example, Silicon Valley, where every single person wants to change the world, is not possible in today's China. Secondly, most of the Chinese companies are not competing worldwide. For instance, Tencent, which is the largest social media company in China, just have no competition as Facebook is banned. So could they make the best product with strong rivals, or they can just copy what others did? Last but not least, regarding economic problems, is the dependence on foreign companies. Many companies such as Apple or Nike started to transfer their production from China to India. Now, as the labor becomes more expensive in China, so therefore, as long as they lose the initial advantage of cheap country, it decreases the economic growth. Thus, the system of making cheaper but not in more efficient and innovative way is not sustainable in the long run. Worth mentioning that China tried to develop cutting-edge technologies, but still that is not the level of European countries and US, especially in medicine. These arguments were referred to economic reasons of failure. As I said before, another potential root of the crisis might be political regime. Hence, I can emphasize two main factors. Foremost, history told us that communism is not sustainable. As people tend to differentiate among others, they always try to stand out among others, and today the democracy seems to be the best way to do that. Of course, it is not ideal as well. Meritocracy can be a desirable form of governing, for example, but still, leading countries tend to use democracy as it helps to represent the rights and views of a nation and decrease the life satisfaction of people. It facilitates debating, which is lead to consensus that will take into account different opinions and thoughts. Another reason of political crisis can be autocracy. Current General Secretary of Communist Party of China, Xi Jinping, now trying to control the power for more than established term. That always leads to growth of corruption and reluctance to changes. Thus, Chinese government focused on controlling everything. Willingness to ban foreign services and capturing the power can form complicated system which will hardly adapt to rapidly changing modern world. Finally, the third reason of potential failure of China is social issues. What I mean by social issues are two things. First is the control of social life of Chinese people in social networks and even in personal life. They should report what they do, and that limits the freedom, which is the essential right of each human being. Second is an attitude to women, LGBT, and other minorities in China. At some point, these groups of population will riot, and that can escalate national protests. Summarizing, I believe that despite the fact that current economic situation in China is pretty impressive, it may not be sustainable in long run. As the economy is progressing rapidly, the tomorrow cheap services will be not enough to succeed. Moreover, globalization dictates the trend that best people are moving to the countries where their rights will be protected, where their personality will be treated accordingly, and where they could realize their full potential. Hence, if China will not change the political regime and social issues, the wealthiest and smartest people will leave the country as they do it now.